guys, and welcome to New by Design. We're going to be continuing the Destiny walkthrough series here with part 12, which covers the Archive. The Archive is a level 12 Venus mission in Destiny, and we are just going to fast forward through the cutscene here, and then we're going to get on started. So this mission right here, the only really complicated part for the most part on this entire mission is going to be the last fight where you have to fight the boss. Aside from that, it's mostly just clearing trash. We're going to fast forward through the start here just because there's no mobs or anything like that to kill, and we're going to slow it down here now that we are at the front of the stairs and we actually have some mobs to kill. So again, this is just your basic mobs. There's nothing too special about this. You're just going to fire on through them here as fast as you can, or if you choose to, you can skip them, or you might get lucky and somebody else might have just actually just ran through it there as well. So you can see this is a level 12 recommended mission, and I am also level 12, which is great because then that's going to show you guys what the difficulty level of this is. If you guys are doing it at the recommended level, you can see that there's a level 20 guy going through it just ahead of me here, so that might help me out as well and clear some of the mobs and make it a little bit easier for me, and hopefully you guys have the same type of luck with that. So you can see here, it looks like you didn't actually clear out the mobs here for me, and I'm going to get stuck with clearing out just a ton of Vex, and there's nothing too difficult about these ones. There's the odd, I think there's one or two Minotaurs that are in the area here, but this isn't one of those repeated spawn over and over and over again like it was at the initial mission here, the a stranger's call here, where they just keep on spawning over and over and over again. So this is just more of just kind of clear the path, make it so that it's available here, and then kind of work your way through. Also, you'll have and I mean it's one of the war missions as well, kind of where you're walking in the middle of a fight here, so you can kind of take some advantage here of the other mobs fighting on against each other there and not have to kill quite as many. So again, we're just going to kind of go through here. There's a couple difficult mobs, like I said. There's a Minotaur and there is the odd Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblins aren't too bad if you can get them down pretty quick, but that sniper shot can be just brutal if it hits you. It basically takes almost your entire health. You can see here that I'm having some accuracy issues under fire here, and taking some sniper shots from the top and a bunch of other mobs that are shooting at me here just in the middle of this war. I think they both kind of joined sides here to try to beat me, and I almost ended up eating a grenade there as well. Just kind of got it out of the way just in time. So yeah, there's just a couple more mobs left here, and then we'll head on to an area that, well, unless you guys did some exploring, you probably wouldn't have seen just yet with these missions anyways. So hopefully we'll get that and show you guys a new part that you haven't got a chance to see and that you guys will get to explore likely soon. Again, not completely necessary to kill all these mobs. I'm just kind of doing it because, well, for one, for the experience, and two, just because I kind of like doing this with the mobs here and doing the clear part here. So yeah, you're just going to keep on going through here, clearing the drag and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, you can actually just skip on through the rest of this part. You can see I have the silver or gray arrow showing up there, which means that you can basically go right on through there and to the next objective of the mission. In this particular one, you probably, as soon as you kill the Minotaur, actually could have ran right on through it. But since we're almost done here, that means we'll just kill this last dreg and maybe pick up some ammo along the way as well and kind of restock here before we get to the more difficult part of this mission itself. So now we've got the whole area cleared here, and we are going to move on. We've got a nice supercharge built up here, and we're kind of ready to go and take on some more difficult things here. So we're going to keep on going on through this area here that, like I said, you guys likely wouldn't have had a chance to explore yourselves if you're just level 12 right now, unless you've kind of gone around exploring, doing some patrols and all that kind of stuff here as well. You can see ahead of us here is another one of those blooms, and you can pick one up or not. The great thing about these is the spirit blooms are so easy to see from really, really far away. So if you want to collect some so that you can trade them in, you can actually trade them in for fame with different areas, as well as a little bit of money as well. You can trade and earn some glimmer with that, if you so choose to. You can see here I kind of just narrowly escaped some death, and I could see another spirit bloom right over here as well, but we're kind of in a little bit of poor shape health-wise here to deal with that. Again, this area here is actually a pretty commonly farmed area for higher level guys. I know when I'm doing patrols in this area on Venus for my complete 6 patrol missions on Venus, when you pick up that Vanguard mission, I tend to do it pretty much in this area. And the reason for that is because there is a fantastic public event that it's not actually called a public event, but it's a war that the Vex kind of get going on there. And you can just earn just a ton of glimmer, especially if you use one of your tokens that makes your ghost collect more glimmer. And you can actually do really, really well for farming glimmer in that particular mission. It doesn't spawn every time, but randomly it'll spawn and it'll end up having that war, the ground war there, and you'll know when you land in the middle of it. There's no not knowing. It's just onpour of mob after mob after mob, back and forth, and there's a ton of yellow mobs that spawn, and it's basically just like you can earn just tons of glimmer, and it's pretty awesome. And like I said, I like to do that. Also, there's a lot of patrol missions kind of in that area. There are, I believe, 3 different patrol missions that you can actually pick up in that area there, and that's kind of nice. I mean, it's nice to have your patrol missions all kind of in a small area there. So you can see we're still clearing mobs here. These ones you actually do have to clear. You have to clear the eye at the very least, and you're probably not going to clear the eye without clearing everything else anyways here. So you can see we're just slowly kind of working our way through it here with some terribly placed sniper round shots here. I still, at this point, I still don't have a nice sniper rifle to use. However, now that I finally hit level 20, I have a pretty awesome sniper rifle that I use regularly, and it's on the strikes. You need a awesome sniper rifle. I shouldn't say that. You could probably get away with an awesome shotgun as well. It's just a lot of these mobs you do not want to get close to. A lot of the level 20 strike zones, level 22, level 24 strike zones, if you get anywhere near the boss, you are dead. They're going to do a stomp move, or they're just going to do some sort of AoE, and they're just going to pick you right off, and you're going to be done. So I would definitely recommend the sniper rifles for that. However, that being said, I have seen some people quite successfully, but they are very fast, very quick at getting this stuff done. I've seen some people quite successfully use the hand cannons and just destroy these mobs, like just destroy the boss mob better than anybody else doing it with, even with the sniper rifles. Just because some of the hand cannons, the higher level ones, just do crazy damage. The downside being, of course, that you have to get pretty much right up on top of the mob itself. So it's pretty dangerous. You die a lot, but if you have a good team, you can kind of do your damage, die, get raised, and then or revived, I should say, in this game, and then kind of move on from there, which is pretty awesome. And like I say, it's all about your tactics. If you're okay with dying repeatedly, and your team's okay with that as well, which is a big part as well. You don't want to piss off your team members by dying repeatedly without them kind of having an idea of what's going on. Further to that, I should say, if you get into a random strike, if you queue a random strike as you get higher level here, and you don't invite people to your fire team, or if you queue with 2 people, it automatically defaults you to party chat with the 2 people, and that third person is excluded from party chat. So if you're getting frustrated with somebody yelling at them saying they don't have a mic, they shouldn't be playing this game, and you queued with 2 people, that's your own fault. These people, they can't hear you. Unfortunately, it's just kind of the way the game was programmed, I guess. I'm sure it's something that they're going to take care of and change in the future, but unless you invite them to your fire team, once they're in your fire team, they're not showing on your fire team, they're in your party, you have to then invite them to your fire team. Otherwise, they can't hear anything you're saying. So it's not their fault. In all likelihood, they probably do have a mic, and they just can't hear you because just the way the game was programmed. Like I said, for whatever reason, I don't know the logic behind it, or if it's just a bug that sometimes kicks in, sometimes kicks out. Like I said, every time I've been in a party, I've had myself and one of my friends joined up in a strike. They can never hear me. They can never communicate. And again, I believe it's because they're not on the fire team. So it's one thing to consider when you're talking to these people and you're getting random strike zones, is maybe invite them to your fire team, at least for the duration of your party. Once the strike is over, maybe just kick them out if that's what you so decide. So again, we're going to go into here. This is the boss area and the last area. You're just going to repeatedly clean out basically swarms of mobs. There's quite a bit here. It's going to end up taking me probably about 4 minutes, maybe 4.5 minutes to clear all these mobs, just because there is just a ton of different spawns in this. You're going to see this one here, the way it sets up. If you're going to use your sniper rifle, you're going to have to get them right as they park around the corner. So if you're going to set up, make sure you set up looking at that area before they start spawning, just around the corner there, and start picking them off if that's what you choose to do. Otherwise, you're probably going to be more successful with your scout rifle or auto rifle or pulse rifle or whatever kind of rifle you end up using. Grenades are definitely going to be handy in this one here, and you'll see that I do use them just because it is I like a flash grenade just because it gives you a lot more time, especially if you want to throw a flash grenade out. Then you have some time to take those sniper shots if that's what you choose to do, or just kind of do whatever you're going to do anyway. So you can see that there is 2 levels to this. There's an upper level and a lower level, and they're all connected by that staircase right there. And there's a bunch of staircases, actually. There's another one to your right there, and there's another one down the hall where we go to basically fix the power surge that the servitor causes, and that's basically how this mission goes. You kill all these mobs, then a servitor, or whatever you want to call them, sucks the energy out of one of the panels. You have to kill him. Then once you do that, then another servitor sucks the energy out of a different panel, and then you have to kill that servitor, right? So, and then after that, then the bosses spawn, along with a bunch of other mobs. So this portion right here is a lot of killing mobs. The end mob that you have to kill, the boss mob, is actually sort of difficult. It actually is a little bit difficult. More so just because he kind of hangs out in this little area here where it's difficult to get cover and still shoot at him at the same time. That's when the ads kind of become a bit of an issue. So you can see here now we have a servitor that's just sucked all the energy out of a power conduit here, and now we got to go destroy this servitor and rekindle that power conduit there, make sure that it's working again. So you can see here's the servitor here. The power conduit is quite a bit to the right there that he took all the juice out of. We're just going to try to pick him off here with some sniper shots. I ended up accidentally actually picking off another guy here. We're going to take the sniper out of the top there that's sniping us back, because you know what, we're the only ones that get the sniper here. So anyways, we're just going to keep on going through here. Pretty much at this point we're better than halfway done. Just even making it to the servitor parts here, you can see that it's quite a bit through it, because the first spawn of mobs is actually the biggest spawn by quite a large number there. Also, if you want to just kind of wreak havoc on these guys, you can switch to your machine gun or whatever you're going to do. Also, just a note here as well, as you'll notice now here that they're right in front of me and they're shooting at me, is the invisible mobs are back. And you can see I just popped the Bane of Kel trophy here right now, which is pretty awesome. So now we got all those mobs dead. Now we got to go repair this conduit, and then there's another conduit that a different servitor is going to wreck on us, like I was saying, and then we got to go repair that conduit. So it's a little bit repetitive, this mission, but not to the point of, yeah, we've done this over and over and over again. This is also one of the higher level strikes as well, is what it turns into, or higher level missions that you get to do for your daily. It's a lot harder on your daily, actually. It's a lot harder when it hits your daily, because obviously it jumps up to level 20, and there's a lot of there's a lot of increases in that with skill level, that's for sure. So anyways, we're going to keep on going through here. One thing I will say is at level 22 light, it became actually pretty easy to solo the daily mission. You do get, basically once you hit level, I think it's 18, you have an option to do a solo mission. Or you can actually have a party as well. You can have a fire team, a full fire team of 3 people, and you can do your daily mission. When you do that daily mission, it gives you 5 Vanguard coins, or Vanguard points, whatever you want to call them. And when you get that, that's going to be for getting your awesome Vanguard gear, like the legendary stuff. And it's pretty easy to do once you hit level 20, level 22. I soloed my first one at level 20. It wasn't too bad, but they do get on and off hard. Depends on which mission. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're hard. Today's mission that I happened to do today, which is Monday's mission, was super, super easy to solo. And that's just the way it is sometimes. Also now, I think it's also to do with the fact that I'm level 22 light and I have a better gun, and a gun in this game is just key. Like, that's what's going to make your biggest difference, especially if you do strikes in a party or whatever. And I suspect that once the Crucible Iron Banner comes back into play, you can see here's the boss here. Once the Crucible Iron Banner comes back into play, you really want to have that big weapon. You want to have the legendary or exotic weapon by the time that comes around, and then you can just wreak havoc on everybody. So you can see here, like I was saying, it's a little bit difficult just the way everything is to avoid all the aggro that spawns while still trying to damage the boss. So we're going to kind of circle around in circles here and try to figure everything out. Now that I've had this game, I've been playing this game for a week, I'm still really enjoying this game. Like I did mention in my last video, some of the stuff is a little bit repetitive. I don't like playing the same strike over and over and over again. I wish there was some way to avoid that, because it does get a little bit irritating. I'm going to kind of put together a bunch of captions of my videos. I've got probably Oh, I don't know. Now I've probably got on YouTube alone, just published videos. By now, I probably have maybe 6, 7 hours of published videos on YouTube. Plus, I have a lot of other unpublished or videos that I've recorded. I just haven't done have the commentary done yet. So I've played this game quite a bit. I've got a lot of experience with this game, both solo and with a fire team. And so far, I'm still having just a blast with this game. I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow on the 16th of September when they release that raid that we can do, and I'm pretty excited about that. Hoping I can get together a group of guys that are able to do it. I suspect at this point it might be difficult. I'm looking at my friends list and stuff like that. I'm seeing that a lot of guys are still stuck on level 22 like myself, and I suspect that trying to do a strike on, or sorry, a raid at level 22 when that raid is rated at level 26 might be just a heck of a time, and it might be anything but enjoyable. So that's it for this one, guys. It was a pretty straightforward mission and not too much to it. If you guys enjoyed this video or found it useful at all, please click the like button. It helps me an awful lot when you do. Also, if you guys have a moment, if you can click that bright yellow subscribe button in the center here, that'll notify you every time I publish another video. Thanks for watching.